Why are they doing this? You know? Why do they act like a pooch punt? Okay, we're going to change the rules. A touchback will go from the 20 to the 25. Okay, so that's normally happening in a pooch punt territory. So I guess they want teams to be a little bit more aggressive. But guys in the NFL, 90% of them can drop that thing at the 10 for a fair catch at the 10. The accidental touchbacks that are happening are coming from like whenever they're punting from their own 40 or their own 35. So that goes from a 60-yard punt, 40-yard net from the 60 to a 60-yard punt, 35-yard net, which is quite a thing, but the teams are going to punt from there anyways. A very low football IQ person, I think, pitched this particular concept to change the entire thing. Why do they keep attacking the punt game? And then they say, Thursday Night Football, they might be able to flex. Teams might be able to move, and we're worried about. Why is it always the kicking game that's being attacked? Because I feel like pooch punts are not a play in which anybody gets hurt. It's almost like a ceremony at this point of giving the ball back to the other side. Why is that happening, Ian?
First of all, the Thursday night thing, like, judging from the people I've spoken with, like, there is optimism that will pass. Now, it's
Amazon has $1 trillion. Yes, it is going to pass. What are we talking about?
Right.
Is it 1 million percent? It's going to be. Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah.
Just real quick, because then I got to run. The punt thing is interesting because they take a look at all the injury data and they say, well, special teams is sort of the, more injuries happen on special teams than anything else. So, like, bringing it out to the 25, like, I guess I get it. Well, teams are going for it on fourth down more than we've ever seen anyway. So I don't know that anyone needs something to spur them on. I was more interested in, like, double teaming the gun or like some of those other rules to kind of make it a little more free flowing. But I do not know that any of this will pass. I mean, I know it'll be examined, but I do not know that any of this will pass.
All right, so this is all just like we're trying and then we're moving on. Okay, I like that. I like that a lot. Just tell them to stop attacking the kicking game. That's all I got. That's all I got out here. I love it.
Me, I'm a big kicking game proponent, so I will definitely tell them.
All right. And we're not kicking you off the show, but we are politely asking you to go do television where you can just take this side of the team every time.
Oh my God.
You're the man, ladies and gentlemen. Ian Rappaport. Appreciate you, buddy. He's a man. Yeah, the punting one. And they're saying, well, the stats say, it's like, show the stats then.
Yeah, bingo.
Show the stats.
Show the stats. I've never seen it.
Because that data is never available. Ever.
It's always what they say.
Exactly.
And it would make sense because people just believe it. Like, oh yeah, guys flying all over. Probably, there's a couple big hits. It's like, let's see the stats. Is it per capita, like per play? Is that the stat? Because remember, stats are on everybody's side all the time.
So the denominator too.
Bingo. What's the denominator? Thank you, Tony.
Yeah, legit.
Exactly.
It's like a pooch punt. Who's getting hurt on a fucking pooch punt? Nobody.
No.
Why are we trying to talk?
Guys don't even run down the field.
Non-contact guy blowing his knee out or something.
That's
Like,
the only way.
So that's are we going to protect that? Because I just watched a pitcher celebrate a fucking thing in the World Baseball Classic, blew his ankle out forever. It's like, why is there such an attack on the kicking game? You've already changed it enough. You made onside kicks impossible. Yep. Way to go.
And they're trying to change that too. Make it 4th and 15.
Do what you got to do.
Absolutely.
Do what you got to do. Just, if we end up with the XFL's kickoff,
can't have it.
I will protest the NFL. Yeah. I would say this is not what we're.
It's not football.
What are we doing? We're doing Bush League shit here. In the rules of like doubling the gunners and moving them in there, that could definitely affect the game. Yeah. And I'm not like 100% against it. Like, okay, if you want to manipulate some things, cool. But just acting like just eliminating that will eliminate injuries from the sport is like so stupid. It makes no sense. And I'm happy to hear that he kind of agrees. It's just like deferring, like, look, we're looking into it. And then it's like, let's move on. And, hey, you got to do that in this world.
Yeah.
Like in 2023, you have to do that. As a business, you have to do that. So I understand it. But I don't like that it's always the fucking kicking game. Like, you know how many people are making a living out there? People think I'm just speaking for, like, the punters and kickers. 30 to 53 on a roster. It's 23 people. Those people are all special teams. That's how they make a living. That's how they play in the NFL. That is everything. It's a massive part of it all. It's an advantage if you have a good one. We asked Sean Payton his thoughts on the Super Bowl, and he goes, Kansas City's special teams are so much better than Philadelphia's right now. Look for Kansas City to exploit the Philadelphia Eagles in special teams game. And then as soon as Kadarius Toney gets that fucking punt return, it's like, There it is.
Yep. Holy shit.
That is a massive. He's one of the greatest coaches of all time. He's talking about a lot of things at these coaches' meetings as well. Rules changing, players that have been alleged to be traded from his team that he's like, we're not trading Cortland Sutton and Jerry Jeudy. Like, I don't know what I saw what you guys were all talking about out there. I had no plans of ever doing that. But like special teams is a very fucking important part of building the team and like how you strategize the game and playing all three sides and playing football. It's just like, I hate that every single fucking offseason it comes to, we're going to eliminate it. It's like, what are we doing? We're just going to become a clip show of football? Like, just the clips. That's what we're going to become. Not a full. What are we doing?
Well, especially feels like a lot of the times when we see like small little things that change teams. Like for the Packers, Nixon.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, he changed their entire season. It felt like when he came in there. Same with Rich Bisaccia, and then we saw it with Oakland. Like a lot of times, the best coaching or little changes, little tweaks to the game that helps the team the most will happen in the special teams. Like the kickoff that the Raiders started to do, that they kind of just decided, hey, halfway through the season, you can't do that anymore, whether it was resting the football on the tee or whatever it was. But it feels like that is a easy thing or a hard thing to take advantage of in special teams, and it'd be easy just to like, hey, never mind, we're just not going to fucking do it anymore, instead of letting these guys kind of try and mess with it and fix it.
I do like that Ian goes, this is not going to get passed.
Yeah.
Don't worry about that. They did the kickoff. They moved it from the 30 to 35. There was no longer allowed to be any run-up, 10-yard run-up, any type of run-up at all. They changed it. Every return team has to be within 20 yards, or 8 of the 11 or 9 of the 11 players on a return team have to be within 20 yards of the kickoff of where the ball is. It's like they changed that. They've made some drastic changes. I don't like that it's still like, we need to change more, It's like, look somewhere else, dude. Can we look somewhere else in the game to change so we can continue to maintain a little bit of what football is in the celebratory, ceremoniously part of this whole thing?
Well, it'd be one thing if special teams were like just equal straight across the board, and like certain teams didn't have like
weapons.
Yeah, like unbelievable special teams play and special teams that actually helps them win a game. But when you do something like this, then it is kind of like even it, so like teams who have shitty special teams, like it's kind of
helping them.
Yeah, it's taken out a phase of the game pretty much. And you can't do that when certain teams rely on special teams to like give them an advantage. You just can't do it.
I don't like it.
It's been changed enough. They've done enough.
That's what I'm saying. We've done enough already. Like let's move our eyes to somewhere else.
Also, guys running with a full head of steam like down the field, like there's going to be injuries. Okay, it's going to happen.
Yeah, I concur. It's football,
right?
But to your point, like if you're going to just cover your ass and make things up, like do it in another department.
Sure.
Because every time this comes up, you got a whole crew of people that know nothing about actual football, and then they start talking about the worthlessness of it and everything. It's like, you don't know football, bro.
Yeah, the small advantage.
The first meeting of the day, special teams. First period of practice every single day, special teams. You've never played football. We know you haven't played football. And what, you listen to the quarterbacks who also never played special teams, or the wide receivers that never played special teams that are stars on TV? Of course, they have no fucking idea what's going on. They've never had to play it. But they know that the plan is we need to win field position and we need to eliminate this. That's just football. So that's how I feel. That's my final take on it. And when I seen it get tweeted out last night, I say, here we fucking go again.